In this video, we're gonna talk about some key strategy and techniques that I use to save money so that I can invest and that I've been able to start my own business. This video is not gonna teach you how to save a few bucks here and there, coupon clipping, and it's not gonna talk too much about saving money on food and groceries. I got a bunch of videos on that. We're gonna identify where you spend the most, how you can save some of that money, and be able to invest it to make that money grow into more money.
Show me the money!
Why I save money? I live in the most expensive city in the world. I need to. And frugality and savings has allowed me to quit my job, start a business, and still have investments. I've invested into weed stocks and ETFs. We can talk more about that in a future video. I was also able to go traveling, did an amazing trip to Palau, which I got a video you can check out, because one day I want to be financially independent and have my money working for me. So the first tip, separate your toilet paper into 2 plies. I'm just kidding. In this video, we want to talk about the things that are actually going to make a big difference to your savings and not little bits of penny pinching here and there. And if you're wondering why I'm dressed up, it's because I just filmed a video for my business and I'm like, we're talking about savings and investment. Why not keep it sharp? Why not keep it classy? But actual tips. First, know your budget. I've been using Mint for a very long time. It allows you to track your finances and categorize it into different sections. And knowing how much you spend is so key in to be able to realize how ridiculous some of your spending can actually be. Where you see that 70% of your income is going to food, that's a problem. Just being able to see that, you can actually set different goals. You can see all of your transactions aggregated from different accounts, even your investments. So pretty much every account, bank account or investment account that I have is all aggregated into Mint. Lots of people recommend not using cash for purchases because there's a psychological impact with having to spend with cash, but I want to track every single transaction. I have one credit card for myself and one credit card for my business. Any more and I'd lose track. Pay yourself first. This is a concept from the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, which is one of the oldest, most widely recognized among older people finance books. And the concept is paying yourself first. Before you put money into other things, you're putting it into yourself, into your own investments. And a common number benchmark is set at 10%. And you can actually get your bank to automate this. So you can ask your bank to allocate 10% of every time you drop an income to go to a separate savings account. And this can be really ideal because when you have all of your money lumped into one area, it's a lot easier to just dig into this. This concept of automating your finances, I didn't come up with. I got this from Ramit Sethi. He's got this awesome book called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I got it somewhere. Where is it? Awesome book that also speaks about not penny pinching over Starbucks lattes, but finding the things that create the greatest impact to your finances so you don't have to sacrifice your lifestyle. Next is live below your means. Becoming rich is not about the money that you make, it's about the money you keep. Frugality, it's not what will make you rich, but it is a key step into financial freedom. Making more money, figuring out ways to make more money through entrepreneurship or side hustles, starting your own business, that has the potential to create a lot more wealth for you than saving bits here and there, especially when you're talking about saving $10, $20 versus figuring out how to make an extra couple $100 per month. But living below your means will definitely help contribute to that greater savings. Negotiate a raise at work. This is one of the things that can create the greatest impact for your finances. At my previous employer, I was able to get a 30% raise by getting another job offer. I got another job offer, went to the interview, and I just told my boss, I was honest, it was after a period where I felt like I deserved a raise and that conversation was gonna come up. And I was able to bring that to my manager, and that is a pretty substantial raise. The company's not used to giving that big. I think I deserve it, but yeah, a substantial way to do that is just getting that other job offer. Getting another job is actually one of the strongest ways to get a big increase. Staying within one company, raises don't happen in that big of percentages. You get like another 5%, 5%, 5% every 6 months, maybe a year. and it just kind of drags. But if you move on to companies, you're going to develop new skills. It's no longer where you work at one company for 40 years. Now, if your company is great, stick with it. That's going to be more valuable for you than taking a crappy job where you're making a lot but not really learning anything. Learn FIRE. FIRE is a concept that is financial independent, retire early. And there's a great subreddit that teaches the concepts, but the main concepts are simplifying your life and redesigning your lifestyle to reduce spending. Working to increase your income and income streams through side projects, new jobs, selling services, some consulting on the side. And the goal there is actually to save upwards of like 50% of your income, no longer like the 10%. And these are people who want to retire at like 50, and because their money in investments can actually pay them off dividends that they can live off of, and they're able to actually retire early. It's having your money work for you. Get a roommate. Splitting the cost of an apartment is a huge difference. And some people can't do it, they can't live with a roommate. Personally, I like living with a roommate. I wouldn't be able to have such a nice place that I'm actually moving out of in a couple weeks. And I'll have a new roommate, which is my girlfriend, first time moving in. But it creates a big difference than living on your own, especially if you're in a big city. You can save a lot of money there because you're also splitting things like your cleaning supplies or your internet, your cable if you watch it, which something you should also cut. And maybe your Netflix if you're a parasite like me. And on that note, you can lower your rent by negotiating it. Your rent is negotiable, especially when you're moving into a new place. So we were able to negotiate $70 off into our place that we're moving into per month because we took an extended lease. So instead of the standard 12, we have an 18-month lease. And that was actually her idea, so we proposed that. So whenever you are asking for negotiation, you want to still have a reason for that. So that may be that extended lease, maybe you pay more in advance, maybe you agree to no pets, even if there is pets allowed, because then they don't have to worry about potentially additional expenses. But you have options. Stop eating out so much. I don't mean your girlfriend. Make your own lunches, bring them to work. It is the biggest cost. Like millennials, I know it is the biggest cost for millennials. I think 39% of millennials contribute overspending due to overspending on food. Negotiate rates with your phone company. I've never once been on a contract. I've always bought my phone outright, most of the time used, and got a much cheaper plan because the price wasn't weaved into the monthly payments. And my girlfriend, she was going to switch to the provider that I'm with, and I told her to call her phone company, and she was able to call them, and she actually got the price knocked down in half with her same network to the same offering that I got. And before she was paying twice as much, but she gets to keep her network. So you can bring a competitor's price to the table. Don't buy a new car right off the lot. A car drops its value like 10%. It's so significant. Brand new cars, it's not worth it. It's a financial liability. It is a depreciating asset. That a new $28,000 car will lose $17,000 of value in the first 4 years. That's like throwing a $100 bill out of the window every week. Car manufacturers are building quality cars. They're not going to break down right away. Warren Buffett, billionaire and founder of Berkshire Hathaway, one of the richest men in the world, was driving around an old Cadillac until his daughter was so embarrassed that he bumped up to a $45,000 Cadillac. But he's definitely living within his means. But that frugality, that was part of the things that contributed to his success because he's frugal with his money, having his money work for him. Now this one, I stopped buying coffee. Now, caffeine, the most popular drug in the world, everybody's favorite drug. Buying coffee out, $5, yeah, this is the part that Ramit Sethi, he doesn't advise to, but in the beginning, this actually still contributes to a fair amount. And you can make your coffee at home, get a French press. But what I actually do is I take straight caffeine supplements, 200 milligrams of caffeine, sometimes split in half into 100, with L-theanine, which is an extract from green tea. Hand in hand, they work as a nootropic, which puts you into a calm, relaxed, focused state. But it's a great drug. I take it, maybe you take it, but you don't have to spend as much on it. It can cost me like 10 cents, 20 cents per, and it doesn't have a bunch of cream and sugar. I'm not even a huge coffee fan, so.
I'm staying. I'm finishing my coffee.
Now, I'm gonna leave that there for today. I hope you got some value with it. Now, I want to know from you what tips you have. What are your favorite tips? Leave it down below. I'd love to hear from it. I'm sure everyone else would like to read that. So thanks for watching. Please give it a big thumbs up. I don't know if YouTube gives any value to that, but I'd love your support because I want to have this channel grow so I can spread this message. I know this isn't a food video, but the concept was originally around teaching people how to be better with their finances, and food is one of the greatest ways to do that by making your own food. I didn't cover that today, but I got a whole channel about it. So watch more of them, please and thank you. Bye for now.